Hi everyone, welcome to the Triple A show. It's normally with myself, Abik, and Amma, but Amma can't be here today, so it's just me and Abik. Hi bro, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good. How are you?
I'm alright. I know you're very happy after yesterday. You know, what can I say? We really struggled to break you guys down. It's 4 games now we played you this season, 2 in the Carabao Cup, 2 in the league, and we've not scored any goals. And like before the game started, I was talking about that being a problem. Your defense is really strong, and we really struggle, like I say, to break you down. And, create good chances. And then, yeah, but on the other end, we made a couple of mistakes. You took full advantage. You got the 3 points. It was really vital for you guys in the title race now because we know Man City slipped up on Monday against Crystal Palace. For us, obviously, we would have liked to have won or at least get a draw. But in terms of the top four, we're still in a good position. So we just got to move on to the Aston Villa game now. Hopefully pick up the 3 points there and keep rolling. But yeah, let's talk about our game yesterday. As much as I don't really want to talk about it too much with you, let's hear your thoughts.
No, I'll let you off. I'll let you off lightly. Don't worry. First things first. Up the quadruple chasing Reds. This might be the last time I get to say it because on Sunday we're in a cup game, FA Cup. So if we get knocked out, then it's no longer quadruple chasing; it's treble chasing. So last night's game. Yeah, you made a good point. We have become tough to break down. I think since Chelsea, when we drew 2-2 at the Bridge in January, that crazy game, we've played, I think, 16 games and we've kept 11 clean sheets. I think Carragher made a point of that yesterday. Really impressive, the amount of clean sheets we're racking up now. The likes of that Virgin Matip partnership has been phenomenal all season. I've said it before. Matip has been our best defender this year. He's been better than Virg, and having someone like Alisson, as he showed last night, that's what, when you spend big money on a keeper, that's the difference between sometimes dropping points or winning points essentially. So yeah. First half, I think, was quite even. I know that Van Dijk had that header in the first minute, which Ramsdale would be expected to make a save, but he's still a good save, which he pushes out wide for another corner. But yeah, quite even. I don't remember too many chances for either team really, apart from the Van Dijk one and then the Mane one just on the stroke of half time, the one where Trent plays that amazing ball in, and he controls it well. But Gabriel, to be fair, does well, puts pressure on him, and he can't keep it down, so it goes over the bar. And then I think the game was won and lost on that Thiago pass back for me. So 1 minute, Thiago makes a mistake, passes it back, doesn't see Lacazette. What's more amazing than the save is Alisson not going to ground. Now, a lot of keepers in that situation, they brick it and they basically go to the floor as the striker fakes a shot and then the striker puts it away. Alisson kept on his feet. He just closed the angle on Lacazette if you watch it again. And then Lacazette correctly plays it to Odegaard. And then, Alisson's in the correct position to pull off a save that comes off his arm. Without that happening, if that goes in, then we could be talking about a completely different game. Because if you're 1-0 up, there was a good atmosphere yesterday at the Emirates as well. Like, it was a tough place to go, and your fans, made it known that, we mean business kind of thing. So if you went 1-0 up, it would have been very, very difficult to come back, I think. But yeah, Alisson makes a save. Literally, I think, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of minutes later, Thiago makes amends, plays a good through ball to Jota. Now, I was surprised when that went in. I understood why Jota took the shot, but I thought he was going to go for the far post, not the near post. So when he went for the near post and it still went in, I was quite surprised. And I thought to myself, well, usually they say a keeper should never be beaten at his near post. He gets a good hand to it, Ramsdale, but I guess the shot's too powerful and it goes in. That gave us quite a bit of confidence, obviously. And then what I loved is, so Klopp, again, with his substitutions, fair play to the guy. You know, he had already planned to take Jota off before Jota scores. Jota scores. He doesn't then not take him off just because he scores. He still takes him off. And what's more is the person he brings on, Firmino, scores the second goal. So like he's really earning his money at the moment. Klopp with his decision making has been spot on, especially the last couple of months where we've seen a really good run that we're on. Go 2-0 up. And then we control the game, really. I think after 2-0, the only chance that we gave you, I think, after that was the Martinelli one, where it's very Henry-esque. And I thought to myself, if this was 20 years ago and that's Henry, that's in the back of the net. That's definitely in the back of the net. So the way he opened up his body reminded me of Henry. It's a shame we couldn't finish it, though. But yeah, no, obviously good game for us. 3 points is every game, like I've said, been saying for weeks, every game is must win. You can't even afford to drop points. So it was a good game. One thing I would say is I really now understand why Klopp loves Martinelli. He talks about the guy all the time, and he showed it in that game last night. Martinelli had the beating of Trent. He really gave Trent a tough game. If it was one player I could sign from Arsenal, it would be Martinelli, even above Saka. I would pick Martinelli because the reason why I would pick Martinelli is because he can play in a front three. He can play in any position, whereas Saka wouldn't necessarily be that great going through the middle. He's more of a winger, like a Sterling type winger. Whereas Martinelli has got a bit more about him, and obviously is a goal threat, and he can create. So yeah, I understand why Klopp raves about him. And to be honest, if you guys don't make top four, I would hope that we put in a bid for him, to be honest, because I can see him. He's what you'd call a typical Klopp type player. Someone that
keep your hands off him, man. Keep your hands off him. He's on a long-term contract already. So he ain't going nowhere.
Salah's leaving anyway, so he can have Salah's wages, and we can put in a bid. but no, he had a really good game. I was impressed with Martinelli. He's been good like for a while, to be fair, but especially last night. And yeah, we got the 3 points. Obviously, look, City dropping points against Palace. It was like, the longer the game went on, you kind of hoped and hoped. But I always thought to myself, even in the last 10 minutes, I thought, City will nick it. City will nick it. City will win 1-0. They'll do something. And they didn't. And I was like, wow. And then our game was already big, but it just got bigger after Monday night for us because obviously when they've dropped points, you have to win. And we did that. And now we've closed it to 1 point. And you got to remember, in January, we were 14 points behind Man City. And now in March we're 1 point behind, so it's been quite a big turnaround. I couldn't be proud of the boys, to be honest. It's the world we live in now, where Man City have created this like kind of platform where you have to win almost every game in the season to win the title. In all of the seasons, like the Premier League's been going since 92, I think it started. So however many seasons there've been, 25 whatever seasons. 90 plus points would normally win you a league title. It no longer does, and that's the levels, of Man City basically. And they both said it, Klopp and Pep. We push each other. If it weren't for Liverpool, Man City wouldn't need to get 90 odd points. If it weren't for Man City, Liverpool wouldn't get 90 odd points. So they both push each other. But it is what it is. I can just keep hoping, and Liverpool just have to keep on winning.
Okay. So before we talk a bit more about the title race, just looking back at our game a bit more. So as you were saying, Martinelli was really dangerous for us. There was a lot of positive. We got a young team, and we gave you a hard game. We were battling with you. It was a really tight game, and in the end, it was just down to the mistakes. Ramsdale, normally he would save that shot. He's been outstanding for us this season. So can't get on him. Unfortunately, he made that mistake. Also, though, like Cedric as well, shouldn't have let Jota get through so easily down his side. Same with the second goal as well. It came down Cedric's side. We normally have Tommy Yasu there. So, that was a bit of a miss for us. But, I think our players will learn from this. We can see that we're not that far off the level. You're talking about the level that you guys in City are on, which is amazing. It's to really set the bar high, and we're not that far off it. And we've got to credit Arteta for that. We're playing a certain way, we're sticking by that, and I was proud of our boys yesterday. A lot better than when we went to play you guys at Anfield, and you can see we're improving. So I'm confident for the future. As I said, Martinelli's on a long-term contract, so you ain't getting him. We've got most of our players tied up on long-term contracts now, and we just need to add to it now in the summer. You can see yesterday we lack a striker.
Yeah.
If we had a striker there that's pulling your back four around, for yesterday it was very easy for Van Dijk and Matip. Lacazette's not that kind of player running behind. He's not that kind of player that's really going to bully you. So it was very easy for your defenders yesterday. So once we can get a really good world-class striker to go over young players like we have, Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, I think we could do really well, and hopefully within the next year or two start competing with you guys and Man City to win. But yeah, so talking of the title race now, so I was really surprised that City didn't beat Palace. It was a big shock, City. This is the thing though. So talk about a lack of striker. Man City kind of the same situation, don't they? They're lacking an out forward striker that scores them at 20, 25 plus goals. You guys seem to have many of them. Whether it's Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota. Now you've got this Luis Diaz in as well. So you guys have a lot of options. But that could be the difference in the title race. It's like City play really good football, but they seem to sometimes lack that cutting edge.
Yeah, absolutely. Gary Neville made a good point on Monday Night Football after the game. He said that if Liverpool were in that situation, Liverpool walk away with 3 points because they've got more dangerous finishers. They've got more finishers than Man City have got. It's not to say Man City's system or style doesn't work. It obviously does because they've won however many, 3-4 league titles in the last 5 years. But Monday night's game showed that if they had signed Harry Kane, for example, in the summer, that I reckon they would have walked the league, to be honest. Because those draws like the one at Southampton, the one on Monday night, obviously the two losses against Spurs, they could be different results, and that's all you need. It takes a 2 or 3 game swing, and then you actually stay 10, 12 points ahead rather than have that deficit cut. Bernardo Silva missed a big chance in that game, which he should have put away. The thing with City is that they're not playing badly. They're playing really, really well. They're always going to have like 60-70% possession throughout a 90-minute game, and they're always going to create numerous chances. But there may be times where, for whatever reason, the ball doesn't go in the back of the net, and that comes down to a clinical goal scorer. They've got midfielders that can chip in with goals, which is great because they're not relying upon one person. But they need a selfish striker who is just going to put the ball in the back of the net no matter what, and that's what they've lacked. The biggest surprise on Monday night was he didn't make a sub as well. He had, I think, Sterling and Jesus on the bench. He didn't bring either of them on. You could see the way the game was going. He probably thought the players on the pitch were, it was coming and the goal would come eventually. But even players like Gundogan, he was on the bench. He didn't get on the pitch either. I just felt, maybe it's classic Pep trying to overthink things, but he just did. He should have maybe changed it up and brought on Sterling or Gundogan, just to give Palace a new headache. And it may have resulted in the goal. We'll never know. But I think that's the difference. That the one thing that gives me hope is that we've got finishers, like you say, and we've got a good front line now where we can afford to have someone like Mohamed Salah on the bench at the Emirates and it not worry me. I wasn't worried when I saw Salah on the bench yesterday because I knew we would have Jota or Diaz or Mane or even Firmino. We've got that depth now, and you can't say the same about Man City's front line because they have Grealish plays the false 9 or Foden plays the false 9 or Bernardo Silva plays as part of the front three. Yeah, they need that finisher, and I think, to be honest, in the summer, if they get maybe not Harry Kane, but if they get someone like Haaland, even, boy, they're going to be even tougher to stop next year.
Yeah, they're being linked to him strongly, aren't they? So if we get him, yeah, it's going to be even stronger than they are. But yes, really exciting now. So 1 point in it. I met some Liverpool fans last night after our game. They were
Yeah,
very confident. They're saying the league's theirs. What's your
nah, it's
thoughts?
not
Are you
ours.
confident?
It's not ours. Yeah, do you know what? It's in our hands, and it's in City's hands as well. It's in both our hands. What as the weeks have gone by, because we've kept winning, we've kept the pressure up. So we knew obviously City would hopefully at some stage drop points, and they have done, and we've been able to capitalise. So, like I said, we've got it down from 14 points to 1, which is great, but it's still. I don't know. I would still say I would edge City are slight favourites just by a whisker, and the reason why I say that is because it is going to come down to that game at the Etihad. So we've got Watford at home on Saturday week, and City have got Burnley away. Now we play Watford at home in the early kickoff after the international break, whereas Burnley Man City is a 3 p.m. kickoff. So if we win that game against Watford, we go top for the first time since October, which is big. Now, obviously, I would expect Man City to go to Burnley, Man City to win 3 or 4-0. Burnley are struggling, but we never know. I mean, we didn't think Palace would do anything, and they did. So, yeah, we could go top momentarily on that Saturday, and then there'll be, if Man City win, then we go back to 1 point behind. And then after that, it's April the 10th, and it's Man City versus Liverpool, which I think is the winner takes all. If that ends in the draw, it's not necessarily the end of the world for Liverpool, but it does mean that you could say it's almost out of their hands, because then Man City know if we just win all of our games now, we'll win the title by 1 point. If Liverpool were to go there and win, then I would say, yeah, it's in our hands now. So I wouldn't say it's completely in our hands at the moment, but if we win against Watford and then we go to the Etihad and win, which is tough because we haven't won there in, I think it's been about 4 or 5 years since we won there. I think 2017, maybe even before that we won perhaps, but it's been a while. Tough place to go. It's in our hands. I think if it's a draw, I think City will favour a draw as well because they're obviously top by a point. So, and I know there's still about, I think so we've both got 9 games left. After that, there'll be 7 games left. So there's still quite a few games left. A lot can happen in those 7 games. But I don't know if you've seen the run-in. City's run-in's a lot easier than Liverpool's. Liverpool, we've got Everton, we've got Man United, we've got Villa away, which will be tough. We've got Newcastle away. I think Southampton away as well. So we've got some tough games. Whereas City have got arguably, a lot easier. Well, on paper, more straightforward games. So we'll see. Yeah, but I don't think it's in our. It's not the Liverpool fans you spoke to last night. I think they're getting a bit carried away.
It's going to be interesting. As you're saying, that game against Man City is going to be a vital match, and looking forward to that. So, if we look at the top 4 situation now, so for us, we're in a really good place. We had these 3 games in hand, but we always knew the 3 games in hand were tough. One of them was you guys at home. The other 2 are Chelsea away and Tottenham away. So we've lost the one against you, unfortunately, as well. Tottenham won last night. They beat Brighton. A good win for them because Brighton are a good team. So I was hoping Brighton would do us a favour, but they didn't. So it's really tight now. West Ham are there, Man United are there. Wolves are still not fully out of it either. So it's really going to come down to the wire as well. Like the title race, it's going to go right down to the wire, I think. And it's crucial now that we pick ourselves up. We've got Aston Villa coming up. Before we talk about that, though, there was one very important game last weekend for the top 4 as well, which Man United won 3-2. Ronaldo got a hat-trick. We've been saying recent times Ronaldo's past his best. is the case. You know, he's not scoring the goals he used to score, and he's not as lively in the pitch as he used to be. But he's still such a good player. That's how good he is. Like, even though he's now a lot older, hasn't got the pace he used to have. He's still such a good player that he can turn a game. He basically won that game for Man United. You know, we see how poor they are this season, but he sometimes steps up, and you saw again when they went out of the Champions League, Atletico Madrid. He didn't fire, so as a team they really struggled. So he's going to be vital for them. Did you see that game?
Yeah, that first goal was brilliant, and yeah, like you said, he rolled back the years. In the same week, Lewandowski scores a hat trick in the Champions League. Benzema scores a hat trick in the Champions League, and then Ronaldo is thinking, "Screw you two, I'm still there as well." And then he scores a hat trick, and all above the age of 33, 34. So it just shows that like fine wine, they just get better and better. And this is why this is my main argument about Mo Salah. I don't care if he's 29 going on 30. His best years are still to come. He's going to get better, and we need to do everything we can to tie him down to a 5-year deal, because I'd love to see Salah at Liverpool at the age of 35, because I think because his condition's so good, like Ronaldo's, he'll still be knocking the goals in at that age, like Ronaldo has. And Ronaldo, he scored that hat trick. I didn't realise this till recently, but he's actually the third top scorer, joint third top in the league. I think he's scored 12 goals now. Top is Salah and second is Jota, and then one behind is Ronaldo. So yeah, fair play to him. He rolled back the years, Man United. I was surprised because I thought going into that game, especially the way that Spurs have been against the big boys, they seem to have got the good results. Obviously, they went to the Etihad and won. I thought they would go there and maybe win, or it'd be a draw, but no, fair play to Man United. They showed up, and they got a fight to win. It's a 6-pointer as well. Your game against Chelsea and Spurs, they're going to be massive games. You're not. Last night's game doesn't define Arsenal's season. Last night's game isn't a reason why you may or may not get fourth spot. It's about the games against Spurs in particular, but Chelsea as well, because I think, as much as Umar hates to say it, Chelsea are still, they're not completely clear. They could still get dragged into it, even though they're picking up some, I want to say lucky, because the game against Newcastle where they score a last minute winner, 89th minute winner, that could have ended in a draw. And if that ends in a draw, you guys are laughing, because then they are getting dragged into it. But yeah, that for me, those two next games, Chelsea. If you get a point against Chelsea, that's a great result, I think, because it stops them extending the lead. But I think you have to beat Tottenham. That is a must-win, that game, definitely.
Yeah, some crucial games coming up. We got Man United here as well, and we got
Yep.
West Ham away still as well. So we're playing all our rivals for the top 4 still in the coming weeks. So it's going to be really important. The pressure's going to be on, and vital games. Chelsea and Tottenham are London derbies as well. Always intense games, but with so much on the line as well. So, all right, let's get into the fixtures coming up this weekend. Another vital weekend. Like I say, for us, we've got Aston Villa away. They're a good team. They got your old guy Coutinho in there, Gerrard as manager, and playing some good football. They're at home. So I'm a little bit nervous. We have been very good this season at beating the teams we should be beating, which in recent years we've not been so good at, but we've been a lot better at this season. But Aston Villa away is going to be a test. I hope that we look at the game against you guys, we take confidence from it, because you guys, like I say, are a really high level. So we're not going to face a level like that at Villa Park, but we're still going to face a really good team. But with the run we're on, I'm sure that we'll pick the boys up. We've got to be fully focused. Vital 3 points, really, really important. I'm hoping for a comfortable win, but I think it's going to be a bit closer. I'm going for a 2-1 win for us. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I think you'll edge it 2-1. I just think because you've got more to fight for as well. Like Villa, it's a transition season for Gerrard. He's obviously joined halfway through it. He's obviously made his stamp where he can, but you have to judge Gerrard maybe this time next year when he's had like more than 12 months in charge, essentially, and had a summer to recruit as well the players he wants to bring in. I know he's obviously been busy in the January transfer window and he's made some great signings, but it's a summer one where we'll see what Villa are capable of in terms of being competitive in the market. So, like I said, because you've got more riding on it, I expect you to win 2-1. They will give you a tough go. It's at Villa Park as well. Probably not. We've got to go to Villa Park, and I'm not looking forward to that either. It'd be ironic if if Villa are the one team that we can't beat, and it means we lose the title, and it's Steven Gerrard's team of all people. But we'll see. Yeah, I think you'll win 2-1. It's like you said, you did well in the first half against us yesterday. If you play to that level, and you find if Martinelli, for example, puts that chance away yesterday, if he has a similar chance on Saturday and he puts it away, then that's the difference. So yeah, I think 2-1 to Arsenal on Saturday.
Okay, and then there's a really big game between Tottenham and West Ham. So two of our rivals for the top four. It's at Tottenham's ground, so I think that's going to give them the edge. I think they're going to win that one. Again, close game. West Ham have been really good this season. Got to get David Moyes, got them really well organised. But I think the fact that it's at Tottenham Stadium, that's going to give them the edge, and I see them winning that one. So I'm going for 3-1 in that one. Your thoughts on that one?
I think it'll be a draw, 2-2. Yeah, it'll be an entertaining game. Both teams obviously going for that fourth spot. Tottenham are very unpredictable as well. They're just, I don't know. How can you go to the Etihad and win and then lose to Burnley and then, go and beat Leeds 4-0 and then lose to whoever they lost to the following? It's literally win, loss, win, loss, win, loss with them. So they're really unpredictable. But yeah, I think West Ham will get something from it. I think it'll be 2-2. You've got, obviously, Tottenham have got the players that can hurt West Ham. I really like the look of that Kulusevski. He's fitted in really well. They've obviously got Kane and Son. But then West Ham, they've had a good season, like you said. They've got players like Declan Rice and Antonio Lanzini as well. Ben Rama. They're probably missing Bowen. I don't know if he's still out injured, but he went off injured in the game against us, and they dropped off a bit. And they probably, if he's not available for the weekend, that'll be a big miss for them. But I still think it'll be a draw, 2-2 for me.
I'll be very happy with that. That means they're both dropping points. That'll be a great result for us. I mean, this weekend's the FA Cup, so I see you guys are playing Nottingham Forest away. We actually lost to them in the third round, so I can tell you quite a bit about them. But, rather than talking about them, I'll tell you about us. We were awful. But I don't want to take the credit away from them. They played well. It's a hard ground to go to. They got some good players there, and they gave us a really hard game. We just didn't turn up. Imagine we didn't have a shot on target. And we're playing a championship team. At that point, we were missing some players. But that's no excuse. The way is difficult. I understand that, but against a championship team, we have to be doing better. About as when we're going through that really hard period in January, where we only scored one goal in the whole month. It was really difficult time for us. So, yeah, unfortunately, we went out to them. I think it's not going to be so hard for you guys. I don't know what Klopp's going to do team selection-wise, but I think that if he fields the majority of your strongest team, then it should be quite a comfortable win. I think you'll win that one 2-0. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think because we've got the strength now, the strength in depth, I think we can still rotate but not see a major drop off in quality. And it's also the last game before the international break, so there's no reason for Klopp to rest loads of players. But at the same time, perhaps we don't see the likes of Van Dijk or Matip or Fabinho. Something like maybe James Milner comes in, and like the Ox gets a game. Naby Keita, for example, and up front, we probably won't see Salah and Mane start. Maybe it's Jota and Diaz. So it's still good. It's still a strong lineup. I reckon we'll see. Really interesting because it's the first time we've drawn Forest. First time we're playing Forest actually since the Hillsborough disaster. So it's been over 30 years since that tragedy. So it'll be quite an emotional day as well. That obviously was at Hillsborough, so it was in the FA Cup as well. It was the FA Cup semi-final, and this is obviously the quarter-final. So same competition, but this time it's at Forest's ground. So yeah, it'll be an emotional day. But yeah, I'm relatively confident we'll progress, which will be great because then next game semi-final will be at Wembley, so another Wembley appearance, which is always good as well. So yeah, looking forward to hopefully it's a comfortable 2-0 victory or 3-0 victory.
Okay, yeah, and looking at the FA Cup game, so all the big teams avoided each other in the draw. So Chelsea are still in there. You guys are still in there as well. So we could have some really interesting semi-finals to look forward to. And then you add that into the Champions League games you guys have. You also do the Champions League. And then the Premier League title race. So, it's going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out. We've got a lot to look forward to. April, May, like I say, the top 4 race is going to go right down to the wire as well. We got the relegation battle as well. It's tight down there. So it's been a great season so far. And looking forward to how it all concludes.
Champions League draws tomorrow, actually. So it'll be good to see who we get tomorrow. But the only team that I would probably want to avoid is like a Real Madrid or even Chelsea wouldn't be easy. It'd be tough. And the reason why I say that is because Chelsea their style of play is to frustrate the opponent. I'd rather face someone like a Man City who are going to have a go at us and leave gaps so we can hurt them as well. And if we play Man City, then we actually play them 3 times in 12 days because we played them 3 days before the league game and 3 days after. So, yeah, Champions League draw tomorrow, see who we get. Everyone wants Benfica or Villarreal, I think. So.
It'd be crazy that you could be playing them in the semi-finals of the FA Cup as well, possibly quarterfinals or semi-finals, or maybe even the final of the Champions League. I mean, you're battling each other in the title race as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Like I say, big next couple of months coming up. Looking forward to it. So that's all from us, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.